As you've probably noticed, when Mercedes changed its naming scheme last month, the G-Class was the only SUV to keep its designation, while all the other SUVs and crossovers in Mercedes lineup now bow to the Gelandewagen, using the letter G at the beginning of their names. But what does all this respect mean for the future of the G? For one thing, Mercedes-Benz will bring us a 4x4 version of the ridiculously cool G63 AMG 6x6, and we're here to talk about it. The German automaker has already confirmed the four-wheeled behemoth, but they haven't offered an exact launch date, leaving us to assume we'll be able to look up at the thing in 2015. While we've already spied the G63 AMG 4x4, this is a tentative designation. We are now bringing you a rendering of the off-roader. It makes full sense. Before we move on to talk about the details of this bodybuilding Gelandewagen, we have to highlight that it makes full sense. While the recirculating ball steering and the three mechanically locking differentials make the standard Gelandewagen an uber-solid off-roading machine, but the 211mm, 7.9 inches, ride height does have its limitations. At the same time, the monstrous G63 AMG 6x6 may be one of the best tamer of terrain civilian money can buy, but its sheer size makes it less than a friend of public roads. Well, the G63 AMG 4x4 will bring the best of both worlds. Sure, the bed will disappear along with the two extra wheels at the rear, but we really didn't bet on its practicality factor anyway, so we won't complain. The technical goodies. Think of the upcoming model as a G63 AMG that's wearing climbing equipment, and by that we're mainly referring to the portal axles. A military solution, as well as a lesson learned from the Unimog, this seriously boosts the ground clearance. Instead of being centered on the axis as on the normal vehicles, the wheels sit lower, being allowed to do so by the portal gears on the axle heads. While the 4x4 won't go as far as the 6x6, which comes with a giraffe-rivaling ride height of 460mm, 18.1 inches, it will offer enough to give you tons of extra confidence when leaving the road. Let's not forget about the rubber though. Once again, while the tires of the spied prototype were more serious than the one found on the standard G63 AMG, if we can call it that, you shouldn't expect the 37-inch tires of the 6x6. There's no actual competition for the G63 AMG 4x4, so if you want one you'd better talk to Santa, or your dealer, right away. These things will sell like hotcakes. Oh, and since the automaker has introduced three-letter designations for the SUVs and crossovers outside the G-Class, perhaps the 4x4 should be called Mercedes-Benz GGG.